guys. Um, Today's topic is one of my favorites. It's something in my profession as a soccer coach I cannot avoid is eating out and traveling. And in my profession, they actually go hand in hand. But we're going to talk about the topics separately and how you guys can eat healthy when you go out to restaurants or when you're traveling with family on a vacation, how to stay on track with your nutrition. I know for me, and when I'm traveling or when I'm going out, that is one of the hardest things to do is just to stay on track with your nutrition. Um, but I'm going to give you 8 tips about eating out and what you guys can do to be prepared when you go out to eat and make healthy choices when you go out. The first one is do your research. So research the restaurant that you are thinking about attending. Look at their menu ahead of time. Usually, most restaurants nowadays, some of the chain restaurants will have calories next to their menu for each item. So check the menu ahead of time. See if they have the calorie breakdown. What each item is made of. What are the ingredients? Usually, they'll have a small description that you can view. So do your research. If you're looking to stay on a healthier track, make sure do they have salads? Do they have soups? What kind of meats do they have? All sorts of things like that. The second one is, you can check to see the way that the food is prepared by just some key phrases. So you want to stay away from anything that says deep fried, hand fried, breaded, battered, crispy base, any cream sauce. So those Alfredo lovers, stay away from the creamy sauces. Words that are good to keep in mind are steamed, baked, grilled, broiled. Marinara, some marinara and meat sauces are okay. Just ask your waiter to see what goes in the marinara sauce. But usually the red sauces are okay to have. The next one is drink water instead of soda. There are so many empty calories in soda, ton of sugar, carbonation, and caffeine, which necessarily isn't good for you. And a lot of times that is, I know, people's weakness. When they go out, they're like, oh, I'm going to have a soda. Just try to stay away from it. Drink water instead, or maybe even a lemonade. Ask if it's, a light lemonade. Stay away from the high sugar drinks. The next one is number 4 is control your portion size. If you're doing the 21-day fix, Autumn says all the time that you can overeat on healthy foods. So even if you're getting a salad and it is a giant salad, you know that the portion size may not be suitable for you. So just check your portion sizes. Get a half salad if you're also getting an appetizer or anything like that. You can estimate what is the portion size if you've got a between a 12 to 14 ounce steak, maybe eating just between 12 and 8 is the right portion size. So just keep portion size in mind when you guys are eating. Don't load your plate up if you're going to like the Golden Corral or Chuck-A-Rama. Don't load your plate up with a ton of food. Go back, get one portion, then go back and add afterwards. Because that way, as you continue to go back, you're going to get more full. Tip number 5, go easy on the salt and stay away from alcohol. We can all control our salt intake, sodium intake. A lot of restaurants will cook with salt anyway, so it doesn't need to be added. So just try to stay away from adding salt to your meal. And then stay away from the alcohol. Alcohol's got a ton of empty calories, and the more you drink, um, the more hungry you get, the more you're going to eat, and vice versa. So just try to stay away from those. Um, Number 6, ask the restaurant how the food is prepared. Most restaurants will tell you how it's prepared, and you can ask them to prepare it the way you want. So if they say it's cooked in butter, you can say, "Can you cook mine not in butter?" You know what I mean? And some will accommodate. So, and if they do, just make sure that you give them a good tip, that they accommodated to your needs. But most restaurants will be open and willing to accommodate you in the way that you want your food prepared. Number 7, dressings on the side. So if you're a salad eater, just ask for your dressing on the side. Usually they put a ton of dressing on the salads, which is more than you need. So what I usually do is I ask for it on the side. I'll dip my fork in the dressing and then pick up, some lettuce and eat my salad that way. That way I'm just getting the right amount of dressing and it's not dripped all over my salad. And then number 8, if you can, skip the desserts. Okay, I know every once in a while, me and my husband will go out to eat, and we'll definitely get a dessert afterwards. We want that sweet tooth. But just make sure it's not every single time you're going out to eat. Especially if you're traveling and you're eating out a lot, avoid the desserts. Okay, avoid the desserts if you can. Every once in a while is okay, but I would avoid them and keep that in mind. That's one that you can avoid. I know me and my husband last night, we went to Tucanos, and we've been really great all week, been eating healthy, and we went to Tucanos, and I'm not joking you, after like 5 times they came around with different meats, I was done. I couldn't eat anymore. Kyle couldn't eat anymore. It was crazy. So the more you stay on track with your healthy nutrition, when you go out to eat, the portion sizes, the types of food that you're eating aren't gonna seem so attractive for what like they used to. I know that if we would have gone to Tucanos, probably I would say maybe even 4 or 5 months ago, Kyle probably could have eaten a ton. He was my garbage disposal, and he literally stopped eating me after 4 or 5 rounds. And they only cut off like tiny little slices. So that goes to show if you continue to eat healthy, you'll be able to make those smarter, healthier choices when you do go out. So when you, now we're going to talk about travel. Today I'm actually traveling to Houston, Texas for a recruiting trip. And so the number one thing that you need to do is, just like eating out, is do your research and prepare. Okay, know what's around you in your hotel. Know what restaurants are around you. Know if there's a grocery store nearby. For me, we typically book rooms that have refrigerators in them, and so we can keep food cold when we travel with our team. We usually go to the grocery store to bring snacks and stuff into the hotel. So we usually book hotels with a refrigerator, and that's actually a good tip to use, because then when you get to the place that you're at, you can go to the grocery store, load up on healthy snacks and food, and then that way you don't have to always go out every single night. You can prepare something as simple as, PB&J, and then have a bunch of apples, carrots, and snacks. So you can prepare that way. When I travel, when I'm going on the airplane, I avoid the airplane snacks. So the peanuts, the pretzels, the cookies that they offer, and I always get water when they bring the drinks by. Prepare some snacks. You can throw some apples, granola bars, fruit snacks, or whatever you need in your backpack, and eat those instead of what they offer at the airport. So if you prepare and you bring some snacks and you make sure that you know what your surroundings, it should be an easy feat when you are traveling. If you're traveling with kids or if you're not necessarily traveling on an airplane and you're doing a road trip, same thing. Pack and prepare. Bring coolers so that you can pack, carrots and celery with some hummus and some yogurt and apples, bananas, stuff that you guys can grab from the back of the car without having to stop, and the kids can munch on something healthy. Same things apply. Just make sure you guys are preparing, you know what's around you, and then that you can take your meals kind of day by day and you're not always having to eat out. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. This weekend I will be gone, so if you guys are like, Liz, what are your tips? What are you doing right now? I will be very, very happy and open to answer any questions. So I'm going to go start packing for my trip. That's later this afternoon, and then I'm going to pack some snacks. I usually take my Shakeology with me. I know it's not necessarily the best without the ice and water and blended, but I typically I don't want to skip a Shakeology, so I'm going to take a packet with me, and every morning I just put a little bit of water and drink my Shakeology. So if you guys have questions, let me know. We're really excited about this group. You guys are doing awesome. Keep the pictures coming. Keep the feedback coming. And we will talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. See ya.